point out something.
The Navy has been using nuclear reactors in ships for, what, 60 years now? The Navy has never had a problem with any of their nuclear reactors. The people live in really close quantity, close proximity to the reactors on board those ships, and they live there for years at a time. And we have nobody from the Navy getting cancer based on this. We have, and they refuel those now every 22 years. If that's not a good use of nuclear, I mean, come on. Instead of burning oil or gas, these things are perfectly safe. People live on them, and these ships have been running around the country for a long time, around the world, excuse me. So I don't understand what our problem is here. It takes 20 square miles of photovoltaic cells, 20 square miles, to produce the same amount of electricity that one single nuclear plant, like at San Onofre, not two of them, but one of them, reproduces. And it only produces that electricity if it's a nice sunny day. If it's a cloudy day, it produces less. It produces absolutely zero at night. The reactor is not disturbed by windstorms and rainstorms and hailstorms. Those solar panels would have to almost be replaced if we had a big storm like we just went into Sandy back east of those. It takes 1,100 of the windmills, and I have a friend who does maintenance on those windmills, and he said the maintenance is just outrageous because there's high winds and low winds, and he said there's damage to them all the time. And it takes 1,100 of those to replace one nuclear plant. We're going to have to look at energy in some other fashion. Now, let's talk about the risk and the risk to people. We drive our cars on the freeway, and I don't care how good a driver you are, your risk is about 1 in 1,000 that you're going to die from driving a car. Your risk from flying in the current generation of big jets is probably 1 in 20,000 that you're going to die. That doesn't bother anybody. Plus, we didn't even mention the fact that when you're flying from here to New York, how much radiation you're getting, or from here to Europe. With the current generation reactors, if the entire country was powered by these reactors, including all the faults that we're talking about, and every other kind of damage they go through, it's about 1 in a million. With the Gen 4 reactors that I'm mentioning, it's going to be 1 in about 200 million. Is that a risk worth taking when you're driving your car at a risk of 1 in 1,000, but you don't want energy produced by something that your risk is 1 in 200 million, plus you're not contaminating the atmosphere? Come on, folks, where are you? These are things that I don't understand what's wrong with the society. We're not educating them anymore. Do the politicians not want education in this country?